Annie and Helen had created this story that hadn't been seen until I wrote The Miracle Worker, but it really was a great American myth. And it's a symbol of everybody's effort to get out of our own personal dungeons into contact with the larger world. It's it's a story that sort of exemplifies the American dream in small, and its power is irresistible. A social worker who was working with our family here during Margaret's illness went to see it last summer, and he said, "I've forgotten how powerful that story can be," and it remains that. I mean, and he was a child. She was 20, just turned 20. Helen was 7, 8, and here these two kids are dealing with this problem. None of the adults knew what to do about the problem. They'd been living with it for 7 or 8 years in Helen's life. And Annie's just graduated from Perkins. And Agnos, the headmaster, receives a letter from Alexander Graham Bell in Washington, who was interested in deafness and stuff like that. He had an inquiry from a family in Alabama. They needed a teacher. Did Perkins have a teacher? So when Agnos doesn't know what to do with Annie, who's graduating, and he says, "Hey, take this job." She goes down there. Well, this is an extraordinary event that the whole adult world doesn't know what to do, and these two kids get together, and in that first month they solve this problem. Well, that's amazing. Everybody has always focused on Helen in the play, and I point out that the play is called The Miracle Worker, not The Miracle Workee. And it was really Annie that I was smitten by. Helen was an extraordinary woman. I'm not diminishing that at all. But Annie brought the initiative into that. She was the one who brought the dramatic move into the situation. And she did it because she was an extraordinary person. You know, she was born not far from here, over in Feeding Hills, orphaned. She was brought up by an uncle and aunt with her brother until they either died or got tired of them, and then they turned them over to the almshouse at Tewksbury, which was a dungeon. And that's her background. Now, out of that such an act has happened in Tuscumbia in that first month should come is rather extraordinary.
Yes.